Hello everyone, this is Yvette from Yvette Olea Creates, and I am doing a design team video for the Not Too Shabby shop today, showcasing the stamp and die of the month for September 2023. I will be using the Pick Me Up stamp set to make a lovely Christmas card. And the stamp and die of the month also comes with a coordinating die set, which comes on this lovely magnetic sheet in your package. I'm also going to bring in some of this pattern paper, the plaids for Christmas. And I've already gone ahead and selected the paper I'm going to use. And I've gone ahead and placed the stamps I'm going to use in my mini Misty and my Misty as well. So we'll start by stamping this lovely little truck with a Christmas tree image onto a panel that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to stamp it using some of my Gina K amalgam ink, since I will be doing some Copic coloring. Now, although there are coordinating dies for this stamp set, I'm not going to use the dies for this project. I'm going to use some masking paper I had in my stash, and then I'll just stamp that image onto my mask and do some fussy cutting to have my mask cut out. So let me do my fussy cutting and I'll be right back. Now I'm going to go ahead and place that mask over my stamped image. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the silhouette of Christmas trees. And I'm going to use some of my oxide inks. I'm going to start with some Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide ink. Then I'm going to bring in some Pine Needles Distress Oxide just to add around the edges of those silhouette Christmas trees. And then I thought it would be a lovely idea to add a little bit of a white shadow to the tops of the trees. So I'm bringing in some of my Simon Says Stamp white pigment ink, making sure to clean the stamp between each use so I don't contaminate the white pigment ink with any of the green. Then I'm going to go ahead and use some of this post-it tape to cover the trees, because I'm going to be doing some ink blending using my Tumbled Glass Distressed Oxide for a little bit of color on the ground. Now the fun part, taking off that mask to reveal my image. And as you can see, I have that truck nice and clean, ready to color, but I'm going to go ahead and add my sentiment to the tailgate of the truck. Now to stamp the sentiment, I did place my little acetate sheet over my stamped panel, and then I placed the stamp on there for correct placement. And then I do a test stamping to make sure it looks the way I want it to look before I actually stamp it on my card panel. And on the first try it was a little low, but then I adjusted it and it was perfect on my second try. So I went ahead and stamped that using my Gina K amalgam ink. Then I'm going to cut my different cardstocks down. So I'm cutting that red shimmer cardstock to 4 by 5 1/4, and then my pattern paper I'm cutting to 5 by 3 3/4. And now I'm going to go ahead and do some very simple Copic coloring to color up this adorable little truck. Now I will be sure to put links in the description box below to the Not Too Shabby shop, as well as to the stamp and die of the month. what I've decided to do is cut out my panel here using this stitched oval die from my stash. And then I'll cut a matte layer using the stitched scallop die from this red shimmer cardstock. Now let's put together our card. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my pattern paper to that red shimmery cardstock. And then I decided I wanted to add some dimension to this card. So I'm pulling in some foam tape I had in my stash and adding that to the back of the panel. And then I'm also going to add that to the back of the stitched scalloped oval. That'll give me some double dimension. I'm also adding some liquid glue onto the foam tape. That just gives me a little bit of wiggle room when I am placing my panel onto my card base. Add just a few last details using my white jelly roll pen. And there you have my completed card using the Pick Me Up stamp set from the Not Too Shabby September Stamp and Die of the Month. I also made a second card off camera, and this one I stamped with some of that white pigment ink. I hope I was able to provide you with some inspiration. And as always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.